Honourable Independent Member for Clark.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Racing. Minister, because the opposition parties and I continue to shine a light to the lack of integrity and animal welfare in the industry, we are getting bombarded with people coming forward wanting us to speak out on their behalf because they are too frightened to do so themselves, or when they have tried, it's fallen on deaf ears. These are often people involved in the industry who are appalled at what is happening. Minister, I have had participants come forward to me to say that live baiting is continuing to occur in the greyhound racing industry. One has detailed to me their personal involvement, where they were tasked with purchasing live guinea pigs and rabbits from pet shops for bait. They also told me of how possums are trapped, their paws cut off and placed in Hessian bags to be chased and killed. Of course, cutting the paws off and placing them in Hessian bags is necessary because it reduces the risk that the dogs would be scratched or bitten, which might alert racing stewards to their live baiting. This whistleblower is no longer involved in the industry, but they are adamant that it continues and has raised concerns about the use of a bull ring at a property in Colebrook. Another industry participant has confidentially and independently collaborated and corroborated her concerns about the Colebrook property, but is also too petrified to speak out because of serious retribution. Minister, the industry is riddled with corruption, bullying and animal cruelty under your watch. Minister, how can these whistleblowers possibly present the evidence they have without fear of serious retribution when you continue to protect, back in, condone and even praise the actions of the very people they are making allegations against?
Oh, Minister for Racing.
Thank you very much. Well, that was a series of very serious matters and allegations, and the way forward on those is to make sure that they are, of course, reported. Yes. And look, I take it on face value that these are coming to you now and this is happening as we speak, but they must, of course, be provided to Mr Murray. Now, those in the chamber would have heard him on the radio this morning. He is a man who has deep and broad experience in integrity matters. He would like to see the evidence. He is going to undertake the appropriate investigation. His terms of reference are broad. He will have the capacity to draw in expertise as and when he needs it. Which is, I have to say, partly I was very disappointed this morning to hear immediately those on the other side going on the attack about our independent investigators' own integrity. It was really quite sad. It's not the right thing to do. What we need to support, and what again I would urge this chamber to support, and Ms Johnston, I do take it on face value, I see the look on your face, that animal welfare issues are of primary importance. Probity, integrity, animal welfare, these things matter. Now, I'd like to reiterate also what the Premier has said, the long journey of reform that this government has undertaken, it is delivering results. We are creating a Racing Integrity Commissioner, we are enhancing integrity governance within Tas Racing, and we are significantly increasing the role the RSPCA will play in the new model. Under the legislation that we're building, the RSPCA is embedded as the regulatory function. This is a positive step. This legislation, the draft legislation, is being prepared as we speak. But this was already happening, and what we have seen is a situation arise that needs investigation. Now, we have acted within the space of a day to appoint and launch an independent investigation, and we are very fortunate. We are very fortunate that Mr Murray has agreed to do this work for us, and we will let him do that with due diligence to get to the facts and to get to the bottom of the matter before anybody prejudges things. But but specifically in relation to animal welfare, I feel quite distressed about the matters you have spoken of. If you would like to, please, you can send them to me, but also I do think they ought to go to the RSPCA, that nobody ought to be fined the RSPCA, and certainly the RSPCA has purview over these matters, but please, to Mr Murray for the independent